Hey guys, this is Bebe872 and this time we'll talk about the meta-analysis for a new patch of 13.8. Now, there are some core features that we do need to notice, but the biggest thing about this patch is that it's focused more on nerfs. It's not focused on buffs. So, they did buff Anima squads a bit. They buffed Nasus' stats by a huge amount. They buffed Jinx's stats by a bit. And overall making like the Anima squad like a build-up much more stronger, but they didn't make any like significant changes to a point where you have to spam a certain deck like every single game. Instead, they nerfed original decks that were just far too strong. For example, they nerfed Kai'Sa's damage output, making her a much less weaker carry, but not unusable. Same thing for Lucian. Lucian 3-star was too strong, where he just one-shot everything, but they nerfed his damage to the point where it won't one-shot everything instantly and will need maybe at least 2 ultimates to kill 1 unit. I think that's how it's designed. And the biggest changes is Oxforce and hackers. They removed the invincibility from Oxforces and instead added a small like a shield value, which I honestly think is completely useless. So it won't actually give Oxforces much of a value. It won't make them like that much like a stronger, but still they did add it instead as a tank synergy, which I feel is a bit weak, but still okay-ish as a tank line. However, with this nerf to Oxforce, I think everybody is just going to use Garen, for sure. I'm pretty sure everybody's just going to use Garen-ish, like a unit for the front line. But anyways, Oxforces are much weaker, but still, I guess, okay-ish to go for with maybe a Viego and Alistar like a front line for the Aegis. And they also nerfed hacker healing by a significant amount, so LeBlanc will no longer be a zombie. She will be very squishy when she jumps in, prone to getting like a one-shotted or maybe two-shotted eventually slowly by the enemy backline if you just position properly. So this patch, as I say again, is focused very hard on nerf. These decks are still fine if you high roll them. High rolling means that if you find the right upgrades very fast with the right itemizations, they will maintain you a very decent like amount of like HP and a very decent like a win streak for your mid game. But they're no longer a guarantee top 4 comp, and nor are they a composition that it can guarantee first place. Now they are much weaker than they used to be for sure, especially the Oxforce like attack. So the decks that weren't touched, if you were talking about the tier 1 decks for this patch now, the decks that were not touched at all were Gadget Teams and Infinite Teams. The teams, guys, the teams. So they still didn't touch like a Gnar too much. They nerfed his damage output by a very small amount, so you can still go for Gnar without like worrying too much. He doesn't really need the Omnivamp like that much as well anyways. And Infinite Team still stays very strong with a very small nerf on 5. They did not nerf 3 whatsoever, so just build into Garen, Samira, Infinite Teams, or maybe build into Gadget Team Gnar, and they will still perform very well. Hope you guys enjoy.